Hey everyone, we're doing worksheet on indices. Question 1, part A, x power 0. Anything power 0 is always 1. So the answer for part A is 1. Part B, 6w power 0. Again, this becomes 6 times 1, which gives us 6. Part C, n square times n5. Whenever two variables are being multiplied and their bases are the same, here the bases are n and they both have some power, then the power gets added. You write it as n and then add the powers 5, 6, 7. Now a very common mistake students make is they think that this would also work for this. This is not equals to 1, n power 7. If you get a question like this, you'll probably be asked to maybe factorize it. So you'll write n square 1 plus n cube, something like that. So keep this in mind, that keep this formula in mind. A power n, let's say, times a power m. Bases are the same, then the powers get added and we get a power n plus m. Alright, part D. Part D is m4 times m cube. This becomes m4 plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we get m power 7. Part E, 2x cube times 3x power 4. So 2 and 3 get multiplied, we get 6, and then the powers of x get added, we get x power 7. Part F, 5m squared times 2m cube. This gives 5 times 2 is 10, then m power 5, because the powers get added, 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay. Part G. Part G, 4x cube y times 5x square y, which becomes 4 5s as 20, x power 3 plus 2 is 5, and y power 1 plus 1 is 2. Part H, x cube y4 times x5 y cube, which gives x power 5 plus 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and y power 4 plus 3, which is 7. Part I is 3x square y cube times x4y. So again 3 times 1, there's 1 over here, is 3, x power 4, 5, 6, and y power 4. For part J, 3y6 times 5y minus 2. So we get 3 5s are 15, and y power 6 plus minus 2 is simply 4. So y power 4. Part K, 6u w minus 3 times 4u w6. Now 4 times 6 is 24. U power 1 times u power 1 will be u square, because 1 plus 1 makes 2. And then for w, this was w as well. Okay, for w we'll add the powers of w. So w minus 3 plus 6 is 3. For part L, we have w square over w cube. Now this is pretty simple. You have 2 w's in the numerator and 3 w's in the denominator. These get cancelled with these and we get 1 over w. Another way of doing it is, keep this formula in mind. If AM gets divided with BN, gets divided by an. Bases are the same and the numbers are being divided, so you get a m minus n. Alright, and even if this can be written as 1 over a n minus m. So if I'm using this, I'll write 1 over w cube. I haven't moved this power and I'm bringing w square down, so it gets subtracted. So I get 1 over w. Another way of doing it is I write w square over w cube equals w2 minus 3. Now 3 is going up, so we put a negative sign with that, and we're left with w minus 1. And this is actually 1 over w. So this and this is actually the same, but conventionally we're supposed to give the answer as a positive power. So we take w minus 1 to the denominator and it becomes 1 over w power 1, which is simply written as 1 over w. Okay, done. Part M. Part M. x8 divided by x power 2. So again, when powers are being divided, we write 8 minus 2 in the numerator and we get x power 6. Alright, part N. Again, t21 power 21 divided by t power 7, which becomes t power 14 after subtracting the powers. Part O. A cube b7 over a6 b2 b power 2. So this simply becomes, we have a cube left in the denominator and in the denominator we have b power 5 after subtracting. So since this is the bigger number, I'll do a6 minus 3. And since 7 is the bigger number, I'll do b7 minus 2 in the numerator and in the denominator respectively. Alright, next up is part P. Part P is 36 y power 5 divided by 4y square. So this simply becomes 9y, 5 minus 2 is cube. And then we have Q, part Q, which is 12x power 12 over 3x cube, which gives us 4x power 9. Alright, next up is part Q, part R, or was it Q? Let's do Q. 12x 12 over 3x cube. So 12 over 3 becomes 4 and 12 minus 3 becomes 9. Part R is x 2 over 3 divided by x minus 4 over 3. So what we'll do is subtract the powers. So x 2 over 3 minus 4 over 3, which becomes plus 4 over 3. So x 2 plus 4 is 6 over 3, which makes x square. This is part 5 continued. Part V continued. No, that was Q. Sorry, this is part R continued. Part S, 5 over 8 x 3 over 2 divided by 1 by 2 x minus 1 by minus 5 by 2. Let me confirm the question. 5 over 8 x power 3 over 2 divided by 1 over 2. Okay, minus 5 over 2. So first we need to do 5 over 8 divided by 5 over 2. Let's do that separately here. So 5 over 2 . 5 over 2 divided by 5 over 8 divided by 1 by 2. So this becomes 5 over 8 times 2 by 1, which becomes 5 by 4. So we get 5 by 4, and then we need to subtract the powers. So the powers are 3 by 2 minus 5 by 2. So they get added. We get 2 in the denominator and 5, 6, 7, 8 in the numerator. So we get x power 4. So we get x power 4 with it. Alright, next up is part T, which is 32x power 8 divided by 8 3 square. What is this? 3. Okay, that's 32. So x power 32. So 32 over 8 is 4. Then in the denominator, since 32 is the bigger number, 32 minus 8. So we get 4 over x power 24. Next up is part U, which is 3 square q minus 3 over 2 over 2 cube q minus 2. So 3 square is 9, 2 cube is 8, and then I want to subtract the bigger power from the smaller power. So the smaller power from the bigger power. So minus 2 is the bigger number, minus 3. So we get 9 over 8 x power 1. Another way of doing it is that you might just subtract you might just do minus 3 minus 2. Let's discuss that case as well. You get 9 over 8, and then you write q minus 3 minus 2. So this becomes 9 over 8 q power minus 1. And like I told you, conventionally we're supposed to ensure that the powers are positive. So to make x cube power minus 1 into q power 1, just take it to the denominator. Whenever you take something with the power to the numerator, it's to the denominator or to the numerator, its sign changes. The power of sign changes. The sign of power changes. Alright, then next up is the last part of this question, which is part V, which is 16y 10 times 4y minus 4 over 32y 7. So let's deal with the constant first. 16 times 4 over 32 would give you 2 simply, and then we have in the numerator, the powers will get added in the numerator. So 10 plus minus 4 will become 6 over 32y this was just y power 7. So 2 stays up, and then y, bigger number minus smaller number. So this becomes 2 by y. Okay, let's start question number 2, which says simplify the following. So for part A, we have x square, then brackets, and then another power 5. Now here another formula comes into play, which is if we write a power m bracket n, then the powers won't get added now. Now the powers will get multiplied. Alright, so keep this formula in mind. So keeping that in mind, we get x power 10. Similarly for part B, we get 8 times 3, which is x power 24. For part C, we get 5 minus 2, which is m power minus 10, but we're supposed to write this as a positive index, so we take this to the denominator, so we get 1 over m power 10. Part D, let me clear the screen before that. Part D, which is, let me change the marker quickly. Okay, 3 p power minus 3 whole power minus 4. So now this minus 4 is acting on 3 as well as p power minus 3. So 3, we get 3, the power here was 1. So 1 multiplied with minus 4 becomes minus 4, and p minus 3 times minus 4 becomes 12. Now again take 3 power 4 minus 4 to the denominator, and we get 3 power 4, which is p power 12 over 81. This is part D. Part E is 3w cube whole cube. So this is 3 power 1. So 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. So we get 27w power 9. Okay. Part F is 3p square m5 whole cube, which gives us 27 p, let's break it down a little bit. We get 3 power 1 times 3 is 3, p power 2 times 3 is 6, m power 5 times 3 is 15. So we get 27 p power 6 m power 15 for part F. Part G is 3xy4 cube. So 1 times 3 is 3, x 1 times 3 is 3, y 4 times 3 is 12. So we get 27 x cube y 12 for part G. Part H, half x 2 over 3 cube. So this becomes 1 over 2 whole cube, and then x 2 over 3 whole cube. For clarity, I've done one extra step. So 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, then here we're getting 2 by 3 times 3. So what is 2 by 3 times 3? That is simply 2. So we get x square. So this is the answer for part G. Sorry, part H. Part I is simply 4pq square whole cube. So we get 4 cube, then p cube, then q 6. So we get 64 p cube q 6. Part J is, now this is a little different, 27 t 27. Now we need to know that cube is actually power 1 by 3. Similarly, square root of something is simply power 1 by 2. Similarly, let's say fifth root of something is simply y power 1 by 5. Alright, keep this in mind. So we can change this to 27 t27 1 by 3. So multiply the powers. 27 1 times 1 by 3 is 1 by 3, and t27 times 1 by 3. So we get 27 1 by 3 when you enter that in your calculators, or when you find cube root of 27 you will get 3. So this will become 3, and then we're doing part J, yes, and then 27 into 1 by 3 becomes 9, so T9. This is the answer for part J. Part K, 36 x 16 power half. So 36 1 times half is power half, x 16 times half is power 8. Now remember, half was under root, so 36 under root is 6, x 8 is the answer for part K. Part L, 8p6 whole 1 by 3. So 8, 1 times 1 by 3 is 1 by 3, p 6 times 1 by 3 is 2, and 1 by 3 means cube root of 8, which is 2, so 2p square should be the answer for part L, which it is 2p square. Alright, next is part M, 32 x power 10 3 by 5. Alright, so 32 1 times 3 by 5 is 3 by 5, x 10 times 3 by 5 will be 6. Alright, so now this is in fact you can simply enter this in your calculators. Honestly, in your calculator enter 32 power 3 by 5 and you will get the answer, which is m power 8. Let's say you have to work on it without a calculator, so what you can do is 32 is actually 2 power 5, right? So you write 2 power 5 times 3 by 5. So when the powers get multiplied, 5 get cancelled and you get 2 cubed, which is 8. Or otherwise just enter this value in the calculator and it will give you 8. So 8x power 6 is the answer for part M. Part N, 32 x 10 3 over 5. So we just did this, I've copied the wrong part. So 32 y 15 2 by 5. So again 32 1 times 2 by 5 is power 2 by 5, y power 15 times 2 by 5 will be 5 will get cancelled with 15, 3 times 2 is 6. So this is what we'll get. So again either enter this in your calculator, or another way of doing it is take fifth root of 32 first. So fifth root of 32 will be 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, I hope I said that 5 times. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 equals 32. So 2 power 32, fifth root of 32 will become 2, and then 2 square will become 4. So 4y6 should be the answer, or just enter this in your calculator and it will give you 4. Alright, part O is 16a6b square half, which is 16 power half, then a power 3, then b power 1, and 16 power half means under root of 16, which is 4. So 4a cubed times b is the answer for part O. Part P, which is 16 x 16 power 3 by 4. So we get 16, 1 times 3 by 4 is 3 by 4, x 16 times 3 by 4 would be 4, 4 and 16 get cancelled, 4 times 3 is 12. And then in your calculators enter 16 power 3 by 4, or if you're doing it mentally, first take 4th root of 16, which gives 2, then 2 cubed becomes 8, x 12. Okay. Next up is part Q. 81 y 16 power 3 by 4. So 81 power 3 by 4 and y 16 times power 3, y just 16 into 3 by 4, 4, 4, this becomes 12 again. Okay, and then 81 3 by 4, either use your calculator or take 4th root of 81 in your calculator. 4th root of 81, that would give you 3, and then 3 cube is 27, and we get 27y 12 for part Q. Part R, 125 x6 2 by 3. 125, and in the power we'll do 1 times 2 by 3, we get 2 by 3 x power 6. So for mental calculation, cube root of 125 is 5, 5 square is 25, 25, yes, cube root of 125 is 5, and then 5 square is 25, x power, this should be x power 4. Yes, so x power 4. Why is the answer 5x power 4 here? Let me quickly check in the marking scheme. Alright, it is 25x power 4 and not 5, so make this correction in your worksheet. Alright, part S, part S is 256 y power 256 whole power 1 by 8. So first we'll write 256 power 1 by 8, because 1 into 1 by 8 is 1 by 8, and then y power 256 into 1 by 8. 256 into 1 by 8 is 32. Now in your calculators, enter 28 power 1 by 8 or 8th root of 256. So this would probably give you 2. So we get 2y power 32 as the final answer for part S. Part T, 256, it's more or less the same. I'm not going to do part T for you. Let's do part V now. So T and U are more or less the same. 8 a power 12 times 1 by 3. So this becomes 8 power 1 by 3 over a 12 power 1 by 3. So a power 1 by 3 is 2, because cube root of 8 is 2, and this becomes, the denominator becomes a power 12 times 1 by 3, which is a power 4, and this is the answer for part 5. Part V. Part W is x6 power 6 27 whole power 1 by 3. So the numerator will become x 6 times 1 by 3, which becomes power 2, and the denominator becomes cube root of 27, which is 3. So this is the answer for part W. Part X is x 3 by 2. I'll directly open the brackets. Sorry, x 3 times 2 by 3, and then 64 power 2 by 3. So in your calculators you'll enter 64 2 by 3, or mentally you'll first find cube root of 64, which I believe is 4, and then 4 square is 16, so we get 16 in the numerator, and we simply get x square in the 16 in the denominator and x square in the numerator. This is part W. Part X is more or less the same. Part Y, let's do part Y. 16 over 81 x power 16 whole power half. So 16 power half over 81 power half, and 16 power half times 16 times half is 8. So now power half means under root, so this becomes 4x8 over 9. Okay. Part Z is but Z and A1 are pretty much the same. Let's do B1 now. Okay, that is P power 4 over 16 power 0.75. Now 0.75 as fraction is, or even if you don't write it as fractions, we can simply write 4 times 0.75 and 16 power 0.75. So use your calculator to find P, just 4 times 0.75, which is 3, and then 16 power 0.75, which is 8. Question number 3. Question 3. Simplify the following part A, which is 64 q power minus 2 whole power half. So 64 has power 1, which will get multiplied with half, so we get 64 power half, q power minus 2 times half, which becomes minus 1. So 64 power half means under root of 64, square root of 64, which makes 8, and q power minus 1 will go in the denominator and become q power positive 1. This was part A. Part B, 4 over x whole power minus 2. This will become 4, 1 times minus 2, so power minus 2, and x power 1 times minus 2. So this will become minus 2 as well, since the power gets multiplied. Okay, and then again we don't want any negative indices, so I am going to send x square to the numerator, x minus 2 to the numerator, and it will become x square, and I will send 4 power minus 2 to the denominator, and that will change signs too, and we'll be left with x square over 16, which is the answer for the second part. Alright. Part C, 8 over y power 6 whole power minus 1 over 3. This gives 8 power minus 1 over 3 and y power 6 times minus 1 over 3 is minus 2. Sending the negative power up to make it positive, and the negative power in the numerator down to make it positive. And now we're left with taking this cube root of 8, which is 2. So this is the answer for part C. Part D, 64 over m cube power minus 1 over 3. So again, another way of doing it is that in order to make power positive, what you can do is take reciprocal of the base. So if I take reciprocal of the base and take m cube to the numerator and 64 to the denominator, now the powers will become positive. So you could do that as well, take reciprocal of the base and change sign of the power. Alright, now m cube times 1 over 3 becomes m power 1, and cube root of 64 becomes 4. So this is the answer for part D. Part E is 64. I think I missed something. I guess I didn't do part D and instead did part E. So let's do part D now. 16x power 8 minus 1 by 4. This is part D. So 16 power minus 1 over 4, and x 8 times minus 1 by 4 is minus 2. So now take both of these to the denominator so that the powers become positive. Now 4th root of 16 is 2, since 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16, or you can enter this in the calculator, 16 power 1 over 4, and you get 2, and we have an x square with it. Part D, we've done part E. I believe part F is x cube over 8 whole power minus 4 over 3. This gives x power minus 4 over 8 power minus 4 over 3. So taking the negative power in the denominator to the numerator, that makes that positive, and bringing x minus 4 down, which makes that positive. Now either in your calculator enter x 4 by 3 or take cube root of x, cube root of 8, which gives 2, then take 2 power 4, which gives 16 over x4, answer for part F. Or like we discussed in the last case, you can take reciprocal of this and then apply and change the power to positive, and you'll get this, and then from here you'll get this. Alright, part G is 27x power 12 over 64 y cube. This is whole power minus 1 over 3. So first let's take reciprocal of this 64y cube over 27x power 12 and make the power positive. Now I'll be doing these directly. First I'll be writing 64 power 1 over 3, which means cube root of 64, which is 4. Then y cube times 1 over 3 will be y power 1 over 27 power 1 over 3 means cube root of 27, which will be 3, and then x 12 times 1 over 3 will be x power 4. So this is the answer for part G. Question number 4 for part A. I will simply apply the formula a minus b, a plus b equals a square minus b square. So a is a power half, square of that, and b here is b power half, square of that. So we get a minus b because half times 2 becomes 1. So we have 1 powers here, so simply a minus b. Part B, q square plus q square over q1 over 4 times q1 over 4. So this gives 2q square over q 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4. So 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4 will make 2 by 4, which makes half. So this becomes half, and now we simply subtract the powers, so we get 2q 2 minus half, which gives 2q 3 by 2. I guess again this answer is wrong. This should be 2q 3 by 2. Part C, which is 5x cube minus 3x cubes. This is simply 2x cube, since we know 5, just like 5x minus 3x is 2x. So same logic here. Part D is write 5 power minus 3 as fraction, so this becomes 1 over 5 cube, which is 1 over 125. Question number 5. Part A, find the values of under root 5 whole power 8. Simply enter these in your calculators honestly, and you'll get the answer 625, and so on. I don't think any of these need any special instructions. simply enter the values in your calculator, I guess. So let's just do the last part, since it's for 2 marks and it will require some working at our end. Minus 4/3. So what we'll do is show the examiner some working because it's for 2 marks. So the first step could be, let's take the reciprocal and make the power positive. So reciprocal 8/27, and this will make the power positive. Now we have to find 8 4/3 over 27 4/3. Now recall that over 3 in the power means cube root. So let's find cube root of 8 first. That would be 2. Now take 2 power 4. So that would be 16 over, again take cube root of 27 first. That would be 3. Then 3 power 4 is 81. So the answer is 16/81. Question number 6, last question of the worksheet, thank God. Question number 6, part A. 5n power n equals 1/125. We have to find the value of n. So 5n equals 1 over, I can write 5 cube instead of 125. Then I'll take 5 cube to the numerator and this will become 5 power minus 3. Now the bases are the same, so obviously the powers would be equal. N equals minus 3, right? Just like if I ask you what power of x equals 4, so you'll say 2 power x equals to 2 square, so x equals 2. So same logic will apply in this question. Okay, part B. Find p when 2 cube is equals to 4p. Alright, so we need to make the bases same. So 2 cube is actually, let's write 2 cube, and 4 is actually 2 square, and let's multiply p with it now. So that means 2 cube equals 2p. So now 3 equals 2p and p equals 1.5, which is the answer for part B. Part C is find r when 2r equals 1/16. So 2r equals 1/2 power 4. 2r equals 2 power minus 4. So r equals minus 4. When we take this to the numerator, the powers, the sign of the power changes. Alright, part D is find t when 3t is equals to 5th root of 3. Now recall that 5th root of t is actually 1/5. Square root of anything is 1/2. Cube root of a variable or a number is power 1/3. So similarly now t is simply equals to 1/5. Okay, part E. Cube root of 10 whole power 2 equals 10p. Find the value of p. So cube root is simply 1/3 times 2 equals 10 power p. So 10 power is 1/3 times 2. So the power becomes 2/3 equals 10p. So p equals 2/3. Cube root of anything is x power 1/3. Cube root of x is x power 1/3. Okay. Next up is part F. Tx times t square equals t10. We have to find the value of x. Tx equals t10 over t square, which becomes t power 8. So x equals 8. Part G. (81 power x equals 3). So let's factorize 8 and let's see, can we write it as power of 3? So 3 2s are 6, 21 7s are 3 27s are 81, 3 9s are 27, 3 3s are 3 1s are. So 3 power 4 x equals 3. So 4x equals 3. So x equals 4 over 3, which is not the right answer. I must have messed up somewhere. Let's see. Yes, a very careless mistake. 3 power 4x here, 3 power 4x equals 3 power 1. 3 power 1. So power 4x is equals to 1. This power will equate to this power. So x equals 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 is the answer. Okay. Part H. 3p equals 1 by 9. So 3p equals 1 over 3 square, which equals 3 power minus 2. So p is simply equals to minus 2. Part I. X72 divided by xw equals x8. So x72 over x8 equals xw. So x64. So I think the answer for this here is wrong as well. Can't get 9. Okay, so now x72 minus 8 is x power 64, which is equals to x power w. So w equals 64. So this should be 64. Part J. Okay, part J is p square bracket power n equals 1 over p6. So this is simply p power 2n equals p power minus 6. So tn equals minus 6, n equals minus 3. Part K. 3 power x equals 4th root of 3 power 5, which makes this 3 power 5 divided by 4. So x equals 5 divided by 4, and preferably write it as a mixed fraction, 1 whole 1 by 4. Part L is 2 power n is equals to 1024. So simply factorize 1024 here, or you can also do this by hit and trial. Try 2 power 5 in your calculator and try 2 power 8 and so on, and eventually you'll get to the answer. Or just keep factorizing this till the end, and you'll notice that you get 10 2's over here. So 2n is equals to 2 power 10, so n equals 10. Okay. Part M is 3 power minus 2 times 3 power x equals 81. So let's take 3 power 2 minus 2 to the other side. It will get divided. We're not changing the power of 3 minus 2 yet. We're simply applying the mathematical formula that something that's being multiplied here, when you take it to the other side, it gets divided. Mathematical concept, yes. So we've done that only for now. So 3 minus 2 goes to the denominator of the other side of the equation, not the same side of the equation. So it's retaining its sign for now. Sign for now. Next, we need to change 3 minus 2 to 3, or in fact we could just, yes. So let's first change 81 into a power of 3. So 81 is 3 power 4 and 3 power minus 2, and since the numbers are being divided, the powers will get subtracted. So 3, 4 minus 2, which makes 3 power 6. So 3x equals 3 power 6. So x equals 6. Okay. Part N. 2 power p equals 1 over 8 power 4, which equals 8 power minus 4 when we're bringing that to the numerator. Now let's change 8 into a power of 2, which is 2 cube power minus 4, which becomes 2 power minus 12. So the answer is p equals minus 12. Part O. 3 minus q times 1 over 27 equals 81. Let's take 27 to the other side and multiply it with 81. So 81 times 27 is 2187. Now let's change this into a power of 3. So just grab your calculators and I think let's try the hit and trial method. Let's try power 8, which gives me 6561, so it's a bigger number. Let's try power 6, 3 power 6, which gives me 729, so it's a smaller number. So let's try 3 power 7, which gives us, yes, 2187. So 3 minus q equals 3 power 7. So minus q equals 7. So q equals minus 7. Alright, next up is part P. P, which is 2p power 3 by 2 equals 54. Take 2 to the other side, divided with 54, we get 54 divided by 2 is 27. So p power 3 by 2 is 27. Now how do we solve this? Alright, side notes. Remember in a class sometimes we get an equation like this and we have to find the value of x. So we take under root on both sides and we get x equals 5. Similarly, sometimes we get equations like x cube equals, let's say, 27. Then we take cube root on both sides and we get x equals 3 cube root of 27. So what do we actually do here? We are actually multiplying the power 2 with the opposite power so that we get 1. So we take 25 power half, which is actually under root, and gives us the answer. Similarly, for cube root, we multiply it with the opposite power. So 3 times 1 over 3 gives us 27 power 1 over 3. So we take cube root of 27, which gives us the answer. So what we'll do now is take such a power of p such that we get p1 after cancellation. So that would be simply multiply this with power 2 by 3. So that once we cancel, we just get p here. So we have to do the same operation at the both side of the equation. So in your calculators, enter 27 power 2 over 3, and if you're working without a calculator, you'll first find cube root of 27, which is 3, then take square of that. 3 square is 9, which is not the answer here. Where did I mess up? Let me check and get back. Alright, no, the answer should be 9, and you can check that by simply substituting 9 over here in your calculators, and you should get 54, which you will. So 9 is the right answer. Part Q. (243 power x equals 3 square). So 243 power what is equals to 3 square. So let's write this as power of 3. So 243 is which power of 3? Let me just randomly try 3 power 4 is 81, 3 power 5 is 243, yes. So either by factorization or by just doing hit and trials in your calculator, you will find out that 3 power 5 equals 243. So 3 power 5x equals 3 square. So 5x equals 2. So x equals 2 by 5. This is answer for part Q. Part R is 2 power 24 power half equals P4. So find the value of P. So this becomes 2 power 12 equals P power 4. So what do we do now? We will we need to make P the subject, right? So for that we will simply take 4th root on both sides. I need to multiply this with the power so that I get P1. So I'll multiply this with power 1 by 4. So I'll also have to multiply this with power 1 by 4. So this becomes 2 power 3 equals P, which gives me P equals 8. P equals 8. Alright. Part S is 5 power 7 divided by 5 power 9 equals P square. So this becomes 5 power minus 2 equals P power 2. So again, to make P the subject, we'll be taking power half here and also taking power half here. So we get 5 minus 1 equals P. So P should be equals to minus 1, which is not the answer again. Let me see, is it a typing mistake or some method mistake by me? Yikes, a very big method mistake by me done here. P equals 5 power minus 1. So P is equals to this number. Why was I equating this P with this power? I can't do that. Okay, so P equals 1 by 5. We need to make this positive, take it to the denominator, and it will become 1 by 5. Alright, part T. 4 to n minus 3 equals to 16. So 4 to n minus 3 equals 4 square, which means 2n minus 3 equals 2, which means 2n equals 5, which means n equals 5 by 2, which is 2.5 or 2.5. Finally, the last question. Part U, x power minus 1 over 3 equals 32 power x minus 2. So first both the x need to be at the same side, so I'll keep 32 here and divide this with x minus 2. Now since they're being divided, I'll subtract the power. Minus 1 over 3 minus minus 2 equals 32. So x power, what is minus 1 over 3 plus 2? Get 6 here, we get, sorry, 3 here, as the LCM 6 minus 1. So this is, sorry, minus 1 plus 6, so this is 5 by 3. So x 5 by 3 equals to 32. Now we have to make x the subject, so I'll multiply this with 3 by 5 and multiply this with 3 by 5 as well. So this becomes x, because the powers will cancel out, equals 32 power 3 by 5. Either do that directly in your calculators, or first find fifth root of 32, which I believe is 2, then find 2 cube, which is 8. So this is the answer for part U. Alright, done with this very lengthy worksheet. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.